MBE Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
Unbelievable. I couldn't even believe that there was 2 8s in there.
This guy right here is doing something special.
I welcome y'all to MBE. What you about to see, box building in a different league. In this SQL scene, believe that money ain't a thing when it comes to his kings. Now that's fact, not fiction. Call 44694 48 then 18. Don't matter, you got 4 8s or 1 8 or anything between. He got what you need.
This is my crew. This is my gang. These are my kings. Okay, so you don't want to run an 8 for whatever reason. 2 8s on the seat of your truck. Particularly, let's say you got a 5th gen GMC truck, 2019 plus. You don't need a seat lift. You already got almost 11 inches high in the front, close to it. Well, all you got afford with a 2.5 inch seat lift, and you just decide, hey man, for whatever reason, I don't think 8's gonna do it, MB. Or you already have 2 8s, and now you want to do a little bit more with your 2.5 inch seat lift and still keep your vehicle functional. What do we do? Well, this series is going to have affectionately entitled "When You Don't Want to Run 8s." It's going to probably make a playlist to that effect. But I'm going to show you different 10s that you can run under the seat of a truck with a 2.5 inch seat lift. And I don't necessarily have to purchase these 10s. I can just show you the ones that I know will perform, not based on just because of the size, but that's a primary reason too as well. It must have a shallow draft to be able to fit up under that seat and still keep your vehicle functional. Number 2, we need, how will it sound? Well, you don't, but I can. I can look at the TS parameters or what the projected TS parameters and some of my experience having heard some of these drivers and say, hey man, you can use these 2 10s under your seat, or even 4 10s in a seal box. Let me show you. So let's go here and let's type in DC Audio. Boom, DCAUDIO. Let's get to the page, DC Audio. What is this? DC Audio. Is it up there? No. DCAUDIO. Boom. Enter. And let's go to the home page, DC Audio. Now, DC Audio specializes in big bass, small space. He has 10s that can play in 1.5 cubes. I mean, he has 12s that can play in 1.5 cubes. 10s that can play in 1 cube, and even down to 0.75 or 0.8. But 1 optimum, 1.25 pushing it. With DC Audio, you do not want to put them in an oversized box. You pretty much want to stay to what Rusty, and this is a character of him, says. Now, we're going to go to the subwoofer tab, and we're going to first look at the Shorties. Now, the Shorties, these drivers were designed specifically for those who have motorcycles. And that's listed. It's listed things they say. Got a limited mountain depth? We got that in the truck. DC has an answer. Let's pull this out. Boom. Let's get a little closer. There we go. A little closer. Maybe a little come out a little bit more. And right there. How about that? Okay. Have a limited mountain depth? DC has an answer. It starts off with a single slug FEA optimized motor. This helps. A chrome top plate, a T-yoke, 2.5 inch voice coil. Man, that's going to give us a lot of heat dissipation and output. Glossy black Stanfield frame, side motor venting, push terminals, a rating suggestion of 500 watts RMS, 100 watts peak. It works great in sealed or ported enclosures. Now, these I have heard on a motorcycle. Tuned a little too high. It was in the seal box for me. He couldn't really get the volume. I think the volume was like 0.3, if you ask me. But looking at it, we got a stitch surround, paper cone assembly, motor boot with the DC logo, all that stuff cosmetic. What we want to look at is simply here. The mountain depth, 5 inches for the 10. That's going to work with the draft of a underseat truck enclosure with a 2.5 inch seat lift. It's going to work very, very well. The mounting hole is 9.3. We can get that underneath the seat with a 2.5 inch seat lift. The outside diameter is 11 inches. That's going to take it right to the top. The displacement is another feature we need to look at, 0.11. Now that displacement of 0.11 helps us keep some of the volume that's necessary for the subwoofer to perform inside the box instead of the subwoofer taking it up. That's great. SD 346 millimeters, which is, let's go here, y'all, so I can show you exactly where it's square. I always look at this stuff all the time, so it comes up pretty quick. 346, 53 square inches. So two of them, we will have 106. With two of them, we will have 106 square inches of cone area being pushed by a very respectable BL, 15. Okay, the QTS is 0.6. Like I say, this is really more suited for a sealed application than the ported application, but you can use them in the ported application because even he has it listed that you can put it in 1 cube or 0.5 seal. Now 1 cube, we can get 2 of these with this displacement and get a 2 cube box on the seat of a truck with a 2-inch seat lift and a 5th gen GMC, or a 4 with a 2.5-inch seat lift. With a Ram, you would need a 2-inch seat lift. And we can make this happen. Now, bonus, mount want to be exceptionally loud, where we can get the box be a little bit bigger, still fit up on the seat of the truck, not into the footwell, flush with the seat, and we can put 4 of these 10s in a sealed application under the seat of the box. This is something I would build and offer. You can also get these subwoofers from me and the box as well. And if we can get you some application for this setup by, let's go to DC Audio with a 500 watts on this. Let's go to a DC Audio 500. Let's get a DC right here. Right here. 25K. 2.5K. And if we look at the dimensions, I wonder if they have the dimensions listed. Oh, grading dampening factor, a little less than 400. That's great. It's gonna sound good. Okay. The dimensions are 13, 9 inches wide, 13 inches long, and 14 inches long, 9.5 inches wide, and height is a little under 2 inches. This will fit behind the seat. So we get 2 of those 10s, this amp, and the MBE box, you'll be bumping down the street. One option. Y'all be blessed.